This time on Chasing UFOs.
Ain't no kind of aircraft, I'll tell you that. It probably moved 100 miles in a matter of a second.
An intriguing video of an unknown object leads Ryder, Ben, and James to the Colorado Rockies to learn more about this mystery.
We all know we've seen the same thing that day. Something that's not from this planet at all.
But their investigation takes a turn when the team learns that some locals believe these objects are linked with strange, gruesome animal mutilations.
They beam that animal up into the spacecraft, do what they have to, then bring it back and drop it back into that field.
Searching for a connection, the team hears of a mysterious menace that may have its sights on more than just animals.
Their eyes were so blue they were almost violet.
It may also be targeting humans.
James, do you copy?
What's going on, James?
Oh, get the out of here.
Check this out. Rocky Mountains.
I love this range right here.
So beautiful.
We're on our way to Salida, Colorado, just north of the San Luis Valley. This area is a hotbed for UFO activity with reports of sightings going back years. There's a family there that shot one of the most compelling UFO videos we've ever seen.
Okay, well, let's check out the Tim Edwards video that is actually getting us to Colorado here.
Go get the binoculars. It moved over that part of the sky there. It probably moved 500, it probably moved 100 miles in a matter of a second.
So you can kind of see little, what looks like balls kind of rotating around the outside. They're actually talking about it on the video.
See a big one? See it going? Did you see it?
And if you look at Tim Edwards' video closely, the object looks like a tear in the fabric of space. To me, it's amazing footage. Then you can see there's points of reference. There's the roof.
Yeah, this was
there.
the angle of a...
And so you could theoretically differentiate the movement of the craft to the movement of the camera.
There ain't no little airplane that moves 5 miles in 2 seconds.
Sure, it's pretty jerky.
There's something about the video that doesn't add up to me. The movement of the object with respect to the house in frame, with respect to the camera movement, it's not following both the way it should. Something's wrong.
More and more people in the town admitted to having the same sighting. And then, when that got out in the press, we were able to connect the dots and find out that in 4 other states, around the same time, other people were seeing this craft in the air. It's not only a video, it ends up being a mass sighting seen over multiple states.
If it's not a UFO, then what is it? If it is a UFO, then where's it coming from?
Unfortunately, Tim Edwards has since passed, but we've contacted his family, and Brandy, the daughter that you actually hear in the video, she's 6 at the time,
As well as Bob Edwards, Tim's father,
they were willing to talk to us.
Now, didn't your son call you while the...
Oh yes, he called.
They watched it for close to an hour.
How old were you at the time?
I was 6.
You were 6 years old. Do you remember it well?
Yes, I do. We were supposed to go on a camping trip that day, so my father told me to go outside and go see if it was gonna rain. So as I went outside, when I was looking up in the sky, I noticed a cigar-shaped object just hovering around. So I went and got my dad. It took him a few moments to realize, what the object was.
It's a spaceship or bigger like that, and it's a spaceship.
Ain't no kind of aircraft, I'll tell you that.
And he went and he filmed it.
God, this looks like it's something going around with it.
But I remember it actually going out and then going back in. It looked like it was kind of growing.
Did you see it?
Erratic as hell.
It was darting from place to place, and the balls were coming out of it.
You keep looking at it, and you can see like a ball going around it.
There ain't no little airplane that moves 5 miles in 2 seconds.
To me, it darted. I mean, it was so fast that you could see it here, and you see it there, here.
Was it like it blinked out in one spot and then reappeared in another, or did it actually move?
It was like in different places.
It's moved more than 5 miles. It's probably moved 100 miles in a matter of a second.
It's very unique, A, to have daytime footage, and B, to have multiple eyewitnesses at the same time. Do you disagree with each other on any points about what you remember seeing?
We all know we've seen the same thing that day. Something that's not, I don't think, from this planet at all.
We come in peace. It's interesting to me that people found out who were in the area investigating UFOs and showed up to tell their stories.
It looked like a giant hotel. Very, very big. Yeah, it's just huge.
I would say it was about a couple school buses big.
Interesting.
I definitely cannot look up at the sky at night the same way as I did before that moment.
This picture is amazing. Was it moving when you showed the picture?
It must have been because it followed along there for about 100 miles. And then I looked up and there were 3 of them.
Clearly, something really amazing is going on here.
After speaking with the Edwards family and some locals, we found out where the most recent UFO sightings were taking place, and we were able to target our investigation. So we're headed west, up into the mountains, to get advantage of the entire area. Unfortunately, getting there is going to be pretty difficult, so I've arranged some alternative transportation.
Cut.
I think we're gonna have to hike in from here.
I've never been on a field trek like this.
No woman ever left behind.
I hate snowshoeing. All right, guys. Looks like we're inching in on the sightings area. Figure we stage a base camp down here and do sweeps out from here. It's gonna be.
Everyone keeps saying we're gonna see something. We better see something.
To cover more ground, we decided to split up. Ben's got the telescope, and he's positioned himself on a vantage point facing south over the entire valley. James and I have an infrared camera and a thermal camera. We found another vantage point looking north, not too far away.
I inverted the colors just to show how cold it is. On the ground right here, yeah, that would be 8 degrees. Let's see how cold you are. Oh my God, this is the scariest look you've ever had in your life. You aged 100 years on this thermal camera. Hey, what? If things get really bad out here, I want you to know that I eat Ben, not you.
Ben for Ryder and James. Ben for Ryder and James.
Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, guys, I just wanted to point out that it looks like we've got eyes on a regular flight path moving west to east. Over.
You've got movement over your right shoulder, and then movement right over here. But, you know, what people are describing is not a regular plane. They're saying massive orbs the size of hotels. Nothing like, you know, just these regular planes that we're seeing right now. All right, well, I'm gonna throw this thing back up on the tripod to get a steadier reading. What do you think?
Check it on Ben, see how he's doing.
Okay, sounds good.
I want to stay in touch.
Okay.
Oh my God. What are all these weird lights everyone's talking about? Hey, James. It's going so fine so far, just trying to calibrate the telescope. Wow, look at that. Moon coming over the trees. It's windy. You can see the air moving.
Wow.
Man, that doesn't look like it's real. That's cool.
What the hell is that? Let's see.
Look at it flashing. I really want to know what that is.
What the hell is that? Whoa, 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 whoa. Ryder for Ben and James.
Ryder, this is Ben. Go ahead.
I'm following some stars, had my camera pointed upward, look down, and I get one big flash of white light, and it was gone.
Do you know where you were pointed?
Yeah, I'm pointed under Orion's belt over here.
Okay. What do you see?
I've not seen anything frightfully unusual.
All I can see is the moon. Oh, that moon's blowing everything out. Damn it.
Let's see.
We continued to search the skies until it was clear that whatever I saw was gone. I know I saw something last night, and it's just a shame that we didn't get a better view of it because the moon was just way too bright. Now we're heading to the very epicenter of not only sightings, but other potential ET phenomenon.
I think we're in Colorado. Cattle mutilations are huge here. So I think it's definitely worth an investigation to see why people are tying them to UFOs. James, I know how squirmish you are, so... Oh, here they are.
That's just nasty. Do you know how long that cow was? Oh.
But yeah, the entire jaw is just cut away.
There's got to be some physical evidence of that at the scene.
I'm skeptical that the alleged mutilations of these animals couldn't be caused by natural predators or some sort of diseases or the decomposition process. So I'm really curious to see what the ranchers have to say.
We were able to contact 2 ranchers in the region who both say that they've had recent cattle mutilations.
All right, this is the end of the line.
Good luck.
Thanks for the ride. We may or may not be back. Good luck. Yeah. Bye.
Just a young scientist going off in the wild.
I do admire his tenacity, I really do.
Ben McGee.
Tom Miller.
Very nice to meet you.
Same here.
So, I hear you had a cattle mutilation recently.
Yeah, I did. About 4 months ago, right out here in this field. I got a phone call, and a neighbor was going by the road here, and he said, "I think you have a dead cow out there." Got in my pickup and came over here, and sure enough, there was a dead cow there. And I got to examining it. The eyes were gone, the tongue was gone.
Had you ever seen anything like that before?
Well, actually, I had a couple of them before.
Really? Well, same sort of thing, eyes missing, tongue missing, weird holes in it?
Yes, the first one was about 10 years ago, and the second one was about 2 years ago, and then this one was about 4 months ago.
Wow. Is this the cow?
Yeah, this is part of the hide, and that's part of the bones left.
I didn't know you still had any of it here.
You know, like this cow, I feed them every morning. They were all real healthy, and then all of a sudden it's dead.
If we walk over here, can you show me the actual position where it was laying? Do you remember which way the legs were pointing, things like that?
Yeah, the head was pointed that way, and the legs were pointed to the north that way. The eyes were gone, and I guess the big thing, there was no blood. No blood at all. There was no tracks. The only thing it looked like it was dead and it was dropped here.
Are you saying that you think it was dead before it ended up here?
That's really what I think.
Really? I don't think necessarily anything extraordinary had to happen at this site based on the way it looks. But that's why I'm taking samples, to see if radiologically or chemically there's any evidence of something exotic.
How are you?
So James and I are meeting with Mike Duran. He's a rancher that says he's had more than one cattle mutilation on his property, and the most recent was just a few years ago.
Where did this most recent incident occur?
This was right on the bottom down here by these trees. What happened was that morning when I went to go feed, well, the cow wasn't there. So I went up on the property, and as I looked down here, down on the whole meadow, because you can see from on top of the hill up there, you can see everything. And I noticed that she was down by the river. The cow was right in this area here. When I found her, you know, it seemed like she had walked down this trail, was going to get some water, and then just happened to die and just fall over, until I found that her udders had been removed, and around the vaginal area that had been removed also. And all this right in here is all fresh mud, and there were no tracks at all.
Wow.
You know.
Do you believe that extraterrestrials are the ones actually doing these mutilations?
I do believe that. They beam that animal up into the spacecraft, do what they have to, then bring it back and drop it back into that field. And that's the reason that we can't find any tracks.
You've mentioned that before these mutilations happen, that there's usually a sighting associated with them.
Yes, and shortly before that, it was a bright light in the sky, and I watched it go, and then until it just disappeared.
How is that different from conventional airplanes up in the sky?
Oh, well, you see the blinking lights. There's no jet stream or nothing. It's just a white, shiny light. It's kind of weird, and you know that we're talking about this now. You know, 2 nights. Monday night we saw a light in the sky. Also, we saw that.
So this
night.
very week you had a sighting?
Yes, we did.
Yep.
You've mentioned that before these mutilations happen, that there's usually a sighting associated with them.
Monday night we saw a light in the sky. Also, my son and I.
So this very week you had a sighting?
Yes, we did.
So there could be a freshly mutilated.
There could be, because especially if these sightings are happening, something's going to be happening soon.
Mike Duran talked about light beams coming out of UFOs and zapping cattle. Whether or not ETs are involved, I have no idea. However, this could be a great opportunity for us to determine whether or not UFOs and cattle mutilations are connected. So we're going to bring in the help of local cattle mutilation investigator Chuck Zukowski.
I've worked at least 10 cases out here within the past 3 years.
Can I ask you something?
Yes, sir.
What physical evidence on the ground has led you to believe, in addition to the animal, that something less prosaic is going on?
You have an animal sitting here, laying dead, no blood, nothing seeping out. You have no evidence of human intervention, no footprints, no tire tracks coming in, dropping the animal out. For God's sakes, you really have to have something large enough to be able to lift this animal up to do what you need to do to it and drop it back down. There's absolutely no trace.
As investigators, with your experience, what trace evidence are we out there looking for?
Well, first thing, obviously you want to take samples. I would look for just a little cross section where the lab can actually see what caused the incision. So you want a couple of those. If you have the guts, you can go into the guts. You can go in and look.
To further investigate, we decided to take Chuck out with us on our investigation.
James, can you grab that one for me?
Together, we'll look for a fresh cow carcass to see if there is anything to this theory that UFOs are responsible for these mutilations.
You want to try and find a mutilated cow?
Yes, I would love to.
Right, Ryder.
All right, doing a scan of the mountainside here, just in case there's any evidence of a recently mutilated cow.
That's one of the most practical damn uses I've ever seen for a thermal camera in the field.
Looks pretty clear. Well, if we do come across a mutilated cattle, at least the cold would preserve it a little bit.
Except
Problem is the cold's also damaging it. That's what frostbite is. If cells actually freeze, they'll break, and then you've ruined the chemistry. So it's a fine line.
You never know what to expect when you come down to places like this. Watch your footing there. It's a little slippery.
Well, Mike Duran was talking about this is like nicknamed the alien field. Why is that?
Well, probably because of his cattle mutilation that he had in 2009.
What kind of wild animals are out here?
We do have bear.
Is that why you brought your gun with you?
Oh, absolutely. I never venture out any type of environment like this, especially when you don't know it's hiding 20 feet in front of you.
Oh, holy, you're not messing around.
But we do have to watch out for mountain lions. There was one that was seen earlier tonight, just down the street. But,
really?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're going to be walking down towards the stream, and you know, that's one of their nice stocking areas where other animals go to feed.
All right. Let's go this way. Ah, sweet.
Oh, man.
It's always something, huh?
What are you looking at?
Thought I heard something.
Okay, we need to find another route.
Yeah.
This should be the area where the mutilation happened. So one of the things we're looking for was a possibility that the animal was up the bank and was killed up there and then fell down or rolled down. So you look for
scarring of the
nothing.
dirt
There was no
down,
skid marks. There was nothing that showed the possibility that the animal hit and rolled all the way down. We saw no evidence that the cow even moved while it was dying. What we did see, though, is we saw half of the animal laying in this purgatory river, and the other half right here.
Where does the blood go?
That's a good question. Where does the blood go? We don't see it. It appears the cow was dropped.
You were the first professional on site to investigate, right?
We were the first professional investigators.
And what did you think? Did you know immediately?
Absolutely. I mean, when you start looking at the just the carnage, the incisions, you know, we knew right off that this wasn't anything that a predator would do.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
4 pairs of eyes right there at the tree line. Do you see that?
No, I can't see it. I can't see it. Oh my God, I cannot get this flare working right now.
I could really use that right now.
I know. I don't know what doing. It's going through every menu possible.
They're getting up.
I really can't.
Jesus. 1, 2, 4. Definitely 4 pairs of eyes.
Okay, great.
Ryder.
Oh, it's freezing on me. Hold on.
But I see some blinking lights, dude. Oh my God, I see some lights. Is that it right there? Oh mother. Oh, I see it now.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
4 pairs of eyes right there at the tree line.
Eyes?
Multiple pairs.
Oh my God, I cannot get flare working right now.
I could really use that right now.
I know. I don't know what's doing. It's going through every menu possible.
They're getting up. Definitely 4 pairs of eyes.
Okay.
What are we looking at? And
Oh yeah, those are cows. Thank God, those are cows. The good news is, if we have cows, we may have mutilated cows. I'm gonna move closer to the cattle to see what we can find.
Oh.
What? What do you see?
Jesus, look at that.
Oh my God. Those are definitely massive cat prints.
Oh yeah, look at the talons on the front of those guys.
Yep.
It's like a 150-pound cat.
Oh my God, look at it. Oh my God. Why is it holding so much heat?
Because it's fresh. Oh my God, there are two sizes.
Look at that. There's that little one and then that.
Yes.
What that means is a possible mother and children, which is the worst scenario possible.
They go up and down this road. Way too exposed here. Look at the brush. This is an ambush. You can come from any angle.
Oh yeah.
And you've got coverage.
This little trail right here.
It's cored through. I'll go stand next to a volcano, but I sure don't like being stalked. You know me. I'm about the data, but you can't collect any data when you're dinner. Give James a heads up. He's right by the water.
Rider for James.
James, unfortunately, we found very, very fresh mountain lion prints.
Well, chances are that mountain lion knows exactly where you guys are.
That's not funny, James.
That's not funny, and you're also by the water line.
True that, but Chuck's packing.
I just saw something reflect off my flashlight.
Did you hear something?
Yep. They're gonna come right down this slope.
Come in, Ryder. Chuck has got a message for you. Don't run. Don't run.
Just back out slowly, and then they'll just leave you alone.
Great.
All right.
Now let's get the hell out of here. With a mountain lion nearby, it was just too dangerous to continue, so we had to call it a night. Some locals believe that UFOs are not only coming to Colorado to abduct cattle, but they're also here abducting humans. In fact, nearby is a man who claims to be a multiple abductee that is visited frequently. He claims that he's actually captured footage of one of these abductors. This is video footage that Stan Romanek shot from inside his house of what he says and what other people say is an extraterrestrial being outside his window.
On the ground.
You're saying he captured an alien on video?
That is what we've been told, and that's what the video shows.
Is he selling the video? Is he making any money off this video?
No.
So there's no sort of incentive for him to...
No.
This would be very expensive and time-consuming to create. I saw Stan Romanek's video, and I immediately thought, really? I'm open to finding out more. I haven't completely dismissed it yet.
I'm not saying that this video in particular, do I believe 100% is a real extraterrestrial, but I can say that it is not a person in a mask.
It doesn't strike me immediately as CG, but I'm not necessarily convinced it's not somebody in a mask.
The eyes blink.
Truthfully, the alien video looked a lot like someone poked a mask up and, you know, it dropped back down. People say they see the eyes blink. Maybe I see that. It's awful grainy, but still nothing you couldn't do with, you know, even an articulated, slightly articulating something with your hand.
Since then, he believes that he's not only had multiple encounters of UFOs in the sky following his car, following him, but he's had multiple encounters with extraterrestrials that have come to his house, that he has drawings of, that he's been abducted multiple times. It's a fascinating case, and I think it definitely bears investigation.
I try to keep an open mind, so I'm not jumping to any conclusions until we actually meet Stan and find out what's going on.
Interesting thing was, I was a real aggressive skeptic. Now I seem to be the poster child for the strange and unusual.
I would love to talk a little bit about the evidence and, the encounters that you've actually had with ETs.
Yeah. Beautiful winter day. I went to bed about 11 o'clock. I went to go see who it was. At the door were 3 people, a female and 2 males. These things had very huge, very slanted, almond-shaped blue eyes. Their eyes were so blue they were almost violet. And the female came forward and she grabbed my wrist. I felt this excruciating pain on my lower back. And I woke up the next morning just convinced I had some kind of horrible nightmare. And I felt these holes in my back, and they were fresh holes.
These photographs right here?
Yeah.
It's a photo of the back, the lower back.
Oh my gosh.
Well, I looked down, not only did I have holes in my back, but all the hair was rubbed off my wrists, and I had these wounds on my wrists. I flipped the lid. I totally lost it. I mean, I was bawling, I was shaking.
You asked them, why me? Why me? What do you want from me? I mean,
it's not like they...
Can you ask those questions?
I don't think they really care why.
And is this why you started doing some surveillance?
Stuff kept happening, kept happening, kept happening. The big one, though, July 17th, 2003. Now, what's interesting is you can actually see the infrared reflecting off its retina.
Damn, look at that little critter.
And he blinks and he sits there and squints.
Weird the way he shoots down like that.
He saw me coming and he dropped down because he saw me coming.
What did you do right now?
When I saw it, I ran upstairs to get my wife because I saw that thing running away. And
where did you see it running away?
To the backyard.
There appears to be something odd going on at Stan Romanek's house. This is a classic case where he's either hoaxing or he's being visited by aliens.
It's hard for my first suspicion to not be that it's staged. So I think we definitely need to see if we can't capture some of the stuff that Stan claims is happening to him.
So I've got multiple views. The ones I'm most interested in are the camera looking out Stan's window. And then we've got the south gate. Stan said he's gonna do his best to invite something in, but we'll see what happens.
All right, keep in touch.
Unable to cover all the sightings areas with cameras, we decided to split up. Ben would head north to do a radiation test, while Stan and I would head south to an area of a most recent encounter.
All right, ready to do this?
Yes. I hope we catch something.
Yeah, me too.
You know, there's a common misconception that you have to be in the middle of nowhere to see something. Our experience proves that you can be anywhere and see something.
Just under 15 microarc per hour. Unless you had some activation of the concrete by some sort of nearby fission reactor, neutron pulse or something. Not really expecting anything, but we could rule it out. Yeah, I don't know if anything's actually going on in the house, but allegedly that's where everything's going on.
Stan, look, do you see it?
What the hell is that? That's not the plane.
It's gotta be, right?
No, because it's too big. It's a disc.
Ooh. Hey, Ryder, it's James.
Yeah, copy that. You seeing something?
I am. I saw... Oh, it's doing it now. The camera, it's facing the south. The resolution is compromised, and it's been flickering on and off.
That's what happens. That's how it starts.
Oh, what is that?
Ooh. Hey, Ryder, it's James.
Yeah, copy that. You seeing something?
I am. I saw... Oh, it's doing it now. The camera, it's facing the south. Angela's fence there where she claimed to have seen that entity 4 months ago. The resolution is compromised, and it's been flickering on and off.
That's what happens. That's how it starts.
And unfortunately, that's how it starts.
For whatever reason, that's typical when they show up. They'll affect the energy. They'll affect anything electrical.
He says that's pretty typical when they show up. They affect the energy and anything electrical.
Okay, everyone, we're on high alert. Things like this have happened in the past when Stan's been visited, and he thinks that they might be here.
Copy that. James to Ben, come in, over.
That's where Stan thinks all the action is. Orion the Hunter. Sure would be nice if one of these little critters would jump out. Well, first contact. You'll be happy to know you are not radioactive above background. Did someone notice a street lamp go off?
James to Ryder, come in.
Go ahead, James.
I lost radio contact with Ben.
If it keeps up and you haven't heard from him in the next 5 minutes, definitely let me know and we'll head back there.
Where's Ben?
He went south, the complete opposite direction down the street.
Hey, Ryder, come in one more time, it's James.
Go ahead, James.
You know the gate, the south gate, you guys left it wide open, now it's shut. Who did that over?
Hooray.
We weren't over there. Mark all the time codes down so we can go back and analyze that stuff, but don't stop recording. Definitely don't stop recording.
Oh, get the out of here.
Look how bright it got.
It's kind of like pulsing in a way.
Yeah.
Oh, get the out of here. That didn't just happen. Ryder?
He's on it. Go ahead, James.
Somebody's got to be playing a joke on me right now.
James, we are so far away. I don't know what's going on.
Let's get headed back.
James, come in. James, do you copy? What's going on, James?
There's an alien looking through the goddamn window of the office. Right now. There just was.
It's outside right now in the yard.
I don't believe him. Really?
Are you sure that's what you saw? Are you positive?
1,000% positive. Over.
But you sure it wasn't one of the cats or, anything blowing by?
Ryder, I know what I saw.
Some may be given to wonder what it is I'm doing out here. It's not to scare James, nor is it to make fun of Stan. We're testing what a mask actually looks like on camera. Relax, it was me.
No way.
I tell you, I heard you yell outside.
Did you really? Yes, I did. Thought I saw what appeared to be an alien, but I wasn't sure. Nobody was giving it to me straight.
No, that's why I called you out here. We both present a different sort of skeptical side. You lean a little more toward things are happening. I lean a little more toward things aren't. But even with that, in the heat of the moment, you don't have much time to process. Even a mask was convincing enough to get you to go,
I have to confess, you really do look like an alien. At first glance, Ben's little test looked a lot like what I'd seen with Stan Romanek's video, but now, quite honestly, I don't know what to think.
Once we returned home from Salida and the surrounding areas, we dug right into the evidence. Let's start looking through some of the Colorado evidence here.
So, guys, this, in my view, as someone who's researched UFOs for nearly 20 years, is some of the best footage of a UFO I've seen.
It doesn't look like a solid object.
I know that there's something about this that bothers you. What is it?
Even looking at it right now. So you see how there appear to be these dots moving left to right? Hold your eye on one, and it's almost like it stays in the same spot as this thing drags over. The way it jiggles with the camera, but not with the house.
To me, it looks almost alive. The Tim Edwards UFO video is one of the best videos in existence, in my view. There's zero doubt in my mind that this is a bona fide UFO captured on videotape over Salida, Colorado.
Well, let's talk about the bone and soil samples you collected while out in the field.
I haven't seen anything that indicates anything extraterrestrial at all so far.
Well, the ranchers have said, look, there's no footprints around the cow, there's no indication of struggle, there's no blood splatter. That's weird.
I still think there's a lot of jumping to conclusions going on with cattle mutilations. I'm really skeptical that there's anything about these mutilations that couldn't have been caused by a natural predator or diseases we're not familiar with, things like that.
Okay, well, I know you guys have been dying to see this. Let's do the comparison with Stan's video of the alien in the window and Ben's video.
Oh my God.
To me, I can't tell much of a difference, actually. I do think...
Other than the eyes moving, you can clearly see eyes moving.
I believe there's a physical object outside that window. I think we
no
demonstrate
question.
that. But I don't think you can rule out a mask. Certainly, even an advanced one is more likely than invoking, interstellar travel.
I mean, it raises a lot of questions. This is mysterious to me, and I don't think we've come up with an answer enough for me to say that this is a mask. I, unlike many people, don't think this video is a mask. A mask can't have blinking eyes and reflection in them. It just can't. So I'm leaving Colorado with a lot of unanswered questions.